Hi, it's Claire and welcome to Need or Say More. Today I want to talk to you about my different versions of the Marlo cardigan. So this is the first one that I ever made and it's out of a fleecy backed digital print. I've worn it loads and loads and loads and it still looks great. So in this first one I lengthened the bodice by about 5 centimeters, so it is quite nice and long, but I didn't put the hemband on because I quite like the length of this and I made it out of 1 meter of fabric, so I didn't quite have enough fabric. I also had to make the neckband slightly narrower to get it out of the fabric. The arms are lovely and long on it. I lengthened these by 5 centimeters, and with the cuff they come nice and long on my wrists, and normally anything ready to wear is right up here and I've always got my wrist bones out, so I do like having warm wrists in this version. Because I lengthened the bodice by 5 centimeters, I added an extra button in, so on the pattern it's got 3 buttons but I went for 4 just because I'd lengthened it. They look too far apart and I think it was the right choice to do. To get the neckband really neat, so when I turn it over, the top stitch here has completely caught it. I hand stitched this before I sewed it, so I overlocked the raw edge and then I hand stitched it underneath. I did quite a big stitch, it didn't take too long, and that means when I've top stitched it all along here, it's all caught in and it's given me a really neat and even finish. I made the size 12, so it is loose and a little bit oversized, but I think it looks nice. I wouldn't want it too tight because I think it would ruin the effect of it, like the boxy look of it. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out. This is the second Marlo that I made. So again, this is out of a nice bright digital print. You can tell I like prints. So really good way to add colour and a bit of brightness to your wardrobe without it being too overwhelming. So again, I made it in like a brushed back sweatshirting. For this one, I kept the bodice length the same, so I added 5 centimeters in, and I also put the hemband on. So this one is quite a bit longer. So here with my other trousers, it is quite kind of narrow here, and then the trousers are kind of oversized. So if I was going to wear it with these trousers, I'd probably wear it open or with a slimmer kind of length trouser. I kept the neckband as to the pattern on this one, so you can see it is a little bit wider than my previous one. The arm length's the same, so it's a nice long cuff, which I like, so I like having warm wrists. I use exactly the same buttons because these are like a grey kind of tortoiseshell button, but they just seem to go with everything, so I thought keep it the same. I added in 4 buttons again because I've added the length. I think they would have looked too far apart if I'd have just gone for 3. And because I interfaced the back, the buttonholes are actually quite neat on this, so I was quite impressed with them. So because I didn't have the correct colour thread, when I overlocked it, I did kind of a rainbow of different colours, and it has worked well inside. And I think on the seams you can't really see because they are quite tight. And then when I top stitched the neckband here, I just used the light pink that I already had, and again for the buttonhole here and the button I used the light pink. The only difference with this one is I didn't hand stitch it underneath, so I overlocked the neckband and the bodice pieces together, and then I top stitched it. In the pattern it says to turn it under and then top stitch, but I think because it's got quite a large neckband here, I don't think it'd roll over and I don't think you'd see. Even if I was to wear it open, cover up the elastic waistband, even if I was to wear it open like this, I still don't think you would notice, or if you did, because it's the pink colour, I still think it looks really smart. So this is the third Marlo that I've made. So it's got this really cute kind of burgundy with the pink heart print on it. This one is a bit thinner than the others I've used, so it's just a normal jersey. It isn't a fleece back. So I kept the lengthening the bodice in, so the extra 5 centimeters. Then it's got the hemband. Again, it does look a bit silly with these trousers, so it's quite long. I'd probably either bring it up like that, or I'd probably wear it open or with a slimmer leg trouser, because I'm not sure it totally works with oversized trousers. Again, added 5 centimeters to the arm. It's a really long, lovely length on the sleeves. When I was sewing it, I made sure that the hearts on the cuffs were facing the same way as the print, because it's a directional print. And when I stitched the neckband together, on the centre back here, I did it so the hearts were going in opposite directions. So as the neckband comes down and round, the hearts are all facing the right way. I did actually cut this fabric on the flat, so I didn't do it on the fold. So I put each piece on, remembering to flip it, and cut it out flat. Because it was a lightweight jersey, it moved quite a lot, and I knew if even though the hearts look random, they're kind of in diagonal lines, and I knew if they weren't completely straight, it would really annoy me, particularly on the sleeves. Do you see here, I wanted almost the lines of the heart to be really straight and even, so I did cut it out on the single layer, and I made sure in the centre back there's hearts running all the way down the middle. It's not something everyone had noticed, but I think when you make your own clothes, you get a bit of an eye for it. It was really important on this one to interface the buttonholes, because it's a lightweight jersey. You can see, even though I've interfaced it, that buttonhole has got a little bit of a mind of its own. I used the same thread for overlocking as I did for this cardigan. The only difference was I swapped the red and the pink around. So on this one, the left needle was the red, and on this one, the left needle was the pink. So I just swapped the two colours around so I could use the same overlocking threads. And then I just overlocked the bodice. So I overlocked the bodice and the neckband together, folded over, and then I used a red thread just to top stitch this in place, to hold it in place, and a red thread for the centre of the buttons and the buttonholes. So I think it's a bit thinner and it's not as thick as the other two, but I think it would be nice for kind of spring, summer, because it's a bit of a lighter weight, but still a cover up, and it's a really great way to add a pop of colour to your wardrobe, because I feel like otherwise I get stuck in a rut of wearing grey, navy and black cardigans, and it is nice to have a bit of colour and a bit of a pop in your wardrobe. If you are thinking of making your own version of the Marlo cardigan in all the prints available, please let me know in the comments, or if you've got any further questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.